It's kind of like how a bird is taught to fly once they're ready to fly, you help them move into their apartment and they move forward and they can fly on their own. Here in the Hospital to Home program, we help individuals who transition from a psychiatric emergency hospital, and we help them collaborate with them getting back on their feet. We actually try to empower them. We help them get linked through community resources such as food stamps, we help them find housing, and we also help them from a psychoeducational perspective as well. And we typically collaborate with them on a weekly basis to really motivate them, empower them, and encourage them to help prevent crisis or reduce relapse. So it's a referral program. You have to be at the hospital, the psychiatric hospital, such as Ben Taubert, ACPC, and things of that nature, and they would have to have a caseworker refer you here to the program. And depending on bedroom availability, which we hold up to 34 clients, would dictate whether or not if you can be accepted into the program. There's also additional stipulations determining the criteria that you need to meet in order for you to be admitted into the program too. They transition from a hospital and they come here to transition into their home because we help them find housing. The first step is identification. Then we link them to other resources such as food stamps. We get them on a waiting list for supportive housing. We help them find clothing. We get them linked to their psychiatric and medical appointments. We help them with having a gold card, which provides insurance for them from a medical perspective. And we start piecing things together to help them stabilize themselves. Success for us is when we see that a client changes not only externally with being linked through community resources and housing, but also internally. You know, want to strive with a game plan to strive for staying sober, how they're going to give back and or engage into the community, and what they're going to do for themselves to keep themselves floating in terms of going to appointments and things of that nature. So whenever I see a client who's able to reflect on themselves personally, look inside and say, hey, look, these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses, this is what I need help with. I have a little bit of understanding, can you help me? And we start collaborating together to make that weakness a strength, and we have success, you know, and it just changes their perspective and they get happy. And seeing that smile and, you know, the gracefulness, like, thank you so much for your help and everything of that nature, that shows like, okay, we did something.
The program it deals a lot with mental health and you know how people become homeless, and you know, they offer a lot of resources, you know, like your housing, if you know if a person need like a social security card that they've lost, a birth certificate, they provide you know resources for that. I even got my driver's license redone again because I come from Florida. I moved back from Florida, I mean, and I found myself homeless, you know, with mental health issues. I went from hospital to hospital, and by the grace of God, I ended up at ACPC, Harris County Psychiatric Facility, and that's how I ended up coming here. You know, they addressed, you know, issues with people that's, you know, willing to be a part of a program, and I say being cooperative, in other words, you know, that for people that really need it, you know, that really want it. hmm And that's the thing about me. I needed it and I wanted it. You know, and it made a big difference in my life. You know, I got my medication stabilized. You know, getting life skills, teaching us a lot about gardening. So we should be, you know, growing vegetables and stuff out there in the garden. You know, different things like that. And it's a challenge sometimes. You know, living among different personalities. But like I said, if you want it bad enough, you just it's easy to get through it. You know, find you something to do. I picked up reading again, and then we have stuff like you know we have a group doing we do painting and stuff like that, and it gave me a coping skill. And I didn't never think in my wildest dream that I would be painting. And actually, it's been coming out pretty good. So I've got me about I guess about 7 or 8 portraits that I've painted and hang them up in my apartment. This was my most prized possession right there. I had no idea it was going to turn out like those, you know, like the prairie area. Well, right now, Missy, I've gotten everything that I needed. I've got my license, you know, redone. I got my birth certificate, my EBT card for my, you know, food assistance and stuff like that. So I've really gotten everything that I needed. Now, the only thing I'm waiting on there is housing. And, you know, from there on, it takes off from there.
This is a great program. I had never heard of such program before. Of course, I wasn't in need of anything, but I was with the Harris Center. I was with my medication, doing my appointments, stuff like that. Because I do have mental problems. And then I went through a crisis where I couldn't pay my rent. I couldn't, function like a normal person would. So I ended up at the hospital at ACPC. I was there for 2 months, and finally they told me, there's a program, because they knew I was homeless. I didn't have nothing. It's been 7 months, and I've been working on myself. I've been sober. I do the coping skills. Every morning we wake up, we take medication, we eat breakfast, groups at 9:30. It's a structured program, very, very educational, counseling-wise, everything. If you have a problem, you go to them. There's been a lot of people that come in and out, but the ones that want the program, want to work with it, they stay here. Probably in the street. Probably still homeless. Using drugs, doing what I used to do before, because when you're out there, it's different. There's a whole, there's temptation, there's peer pressure, there's life. Life just lives. And it's hard sometimes, overwhelming, and I think I would, mentally and physically, I've been stable. I've been, we got exercise class, we exercise, we do meditation. It's just helped me grow more. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you because I'm very, I get real anxious around, and they have a way to motivate you to do, get up there, you can do it. It's given me hope. It's given me peace. It's given me a lot. I've learned a lot here.
I really appreciate this program. I was really in a bad spot and didn't know what I was going to do with my life. And I heard about this program through a friend, and I took advantage of it. And when I got here, it was something I didn't expect, but in a good way. I'm learning how to take my time and figure things out, how to think as a adult instead of standing that kid's mind, and how to really put my life back together. There's plenty of things to do in here. We have group, we learn more about ourselves. Whenever we just in that spot to where we need help for directions, we have care coordinators that really point us in the right direction. I even picked up a talent in here that I thought I gave up on, and I started painting again, and I really enjoy it. It's a way to let out my frustrations and, really be proud of something. Everybody could know about this program because it's a good step towards getting your life back straight, and I really need that in my life. They just give you a place to where you can actually think and figure things out and don't have to worry about all life stresses right now, so you can actually get back on your feet.
But I'm happier now that I think that I've been in a long time. But see, the thing is, I know what I need and what I want now versus, me just guessing and, just taking chances that, without thinking about it. Now I know what direction I'm going in. And here I am. Life is completely different now. I have hope. This place has given me a lot of hope.